forward and straight. Good, nice with your track right off the bat. You're getting much clearer to everybody about where you're going, Ren. Good, good. There, see how she's looking in now when you go through your corners as opposed to turning? And I really pushed her around off my legs yesterday, okay? So just sit tall, turn your seat, and keep her feet moving forward. Now, when she got really uncomfortable yesterday, she was getting really sticky. I think you know what I mean by that, right? Okay, so just hands off and leg, okay? And if you can't get her to move forward, then get her haunches moving around or something, okay? But don't let her ever just stand there and pin her ears. Sit tall, yeah, and make her look in a little, so little feel of your inside rein forward. Don't clench down on her. You want her to raise her back, right? So if you're ramrod straight down in there, because you're using your leg, then her back's gonna tense up, right? So forward. The objective is always to get those hind legs working so they raise their backs and lower their heads, okay? Keep her feet, think about getting her hind feet powering towards K. And then as you approach K, get a feel off that left leg, push her off, note you're leaning, sit up, put some weight in your outside stirrup. Good, do you feel the difference there? Okay, so that you're actually moving her around with your leg instead of shifting your weight, okay, and compromising your balance. Forward. And ideally, this is something you want to have already kind of done by the time I get in here, right? Because now you're at a point you can get this right away, right? This used to take a whole lesson just to get it real smoothed out, okay? So this is good. When you get to K, pick up your rising trot. Or maybe do it at A, Ren, just give her a chance. Get her off your inside leg in the corner and keep her off it going through the next corner in trot. Yeah, good job. Don't hollow her back and trot. Good, nice. Eyes up, hands low and still, shorten your rein. Remember they raise their poles a little bit in the trot. Inside leg and post. Don't, hands off her mouth. Good, do you feel that? As soon as you let go, she stopped fighting you, right? We're gonna get her teeth checked. Good. Big circle at A. Posting your circle with your hips. Turning your shoulders. Yeah, a little squeeze with the inside leg if she bulges in, and then releasing. Little squeeze with your inside hand to get her looking in so that she's never looking out, but allow her head to move in with your outside rein. So don't clamp down the outside rein if you're asking for softness, but then hold your outside rein. Good, but release the inside rein. Because when she turns her head, that picks up the slack, right? Agreed? Yeah. But you can't change your hand. That's it. Push, rise, forward, forward, and post. Keep posting. Yeah, there you go. And go large. Keep posting. Shorten your reins. You shouldn't have your hands on your laps, Ren. Get your hand up above her withers. Yeah, there. And keep it there. Bend your elbows to maintain that position and turn your thumbs to her ears, or I'm going to get my little nasty riding crop out again. And we're going to do a little thumb control exercise, okay? That's it, inside leg. Good for you not going to your hands. Good, very good, because she wanted to get really bulgy there, didn't she? Good for you. And circle again, post. Good, and then release, right, with your leg. Get her forward, that was good, but then let go. Don't clamp your legs down and just rise to maintain your rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Inside leg, inside rein to get her looking in. Yeah, don't let her drop that outside shoulder. Keep posting, bigger steps, Ren. Don't hold so tight. Yeah, be a little looser in your forearm, okay? There, and forward. Big steps, big rises. Can you feel how she's short in her stride because she's tensing her back? There. Big and swingy. Relax. Push her forward. Good. And walk. I'm going to give you a crop today, Ren. Now, you're not going to smack her with it. You're simply going to carry it in your inside hand, and when she starts getting like that, give a little leg. If nothing happens, give her a little tap right behind your leg, and then let it go and keep rising, okay? Because she's really, what I found when I rode her yesterday, because I really, you know, last time I rode her was just basically to get rid of that buck she'd started. Yeah, she just really wants to get into your leg, and she's really sticky, right? And she gets really quite rude about it, okay? But she is very responsive to the whip. But just use it, keep it to a minimum. Okay, we haven't needed it thus far, so let's not abuse it, okay? But I think she knows, look, she knows you have it. Look at that face, it's like, drats. Okay, off you go. Cross your thigh though, quiet. If it's waving, remember they have very good peripheral vision, right? They work binocular and monocular vision. So if you're going up to a fence, it's monocular up, right? And they can actually only judge the distance. That's why you have to set things up, because it has to look very clear to them, right? Because they see it up far ahead. Now, right now, she's kind of looking everywhere. I mean, if she sees this in the corner of her eye the whole time, it's not, I mean, she's pretty zen horse. I actually took, like, I haven't really ridden her with a cooler before, and I took the cooler off and put it, you know, on the thing, and she's totally cool about stuff like that. Right, but if she's mad at your leg and you're smacking her with the thing and then it's waving in her eye, that's a really great excuse to be silly, right? Okay, trot on. Good for you. Watch your posting diagonal. Good. Good with your hands. Yeah, it'll help you keep it. Can you see how your whip wants to jump around? So what's that telling you? Your hands are jumping around still, right? So it's actually a good tool. You're waving it. Thumbs out. Whip in, yeah. Take your hand off her neck a little bit. Don't let her glue onto your reins. Hands apart a little bit more. Good. Shorten your reins a little bit more. Keep your hand position the same, Ren. Good for you. Hand position the same, whip still. You're gonna do one more circle at A before we change reins. See if we can smooth it out now that we have a whip. Keep the forward, keep the posting. Swing your hips. Bigger, longer, looser. There. Leg release, leg release. So as you rise, leg forward so she takes a bigger step. Push, don't let her do that. Good, okay, make sure she doesn't get quicker. That's better though. Push, yeah. Don't post so tight with your hips. Loosen up. Yeah, push with your inside leg and post. Good, now go large. That's fine, because we haven't really warmed up her other side yet, okay? So that's better. At least she's not being rude about it now, right? She can't just back off like that. Hands still, shorten your reins. There shouldn't be, you know, loose, tight, right? Let's really work at getting her to trust your hands to stay in one spot, yeah, so that she accepts that bit. And change reins, H to B. Turn and post, good. Change your diagonal and get her off that leg before you get to the rail. Keep posting the same rhythm. Yeah, good for you. Don't let it quicken now that we're on right hand. Let's do our circle at A. And discreetly change your whip hand so that it's reinforcing your inside leg, because we want to, yeah, don't let her cross her jaw. Get her off your leg, turn your shoulders. There, that's better. Now you're straighter in your tack. Hands lower, look at your whip. You'll see it on the video, it's all over the place. No, it's not that bad, I've seen worse, but yeah, you can do better, right? Really focus on your hands, Ren. This is our last, we've almost got her off her leg, right? And you're much better with your hands. You don't go to them right away, but let's make them so still that we erase any last excuses she has for, yeah, doing stuff like coming behind or getting above the bit, right? That's what she does, right? She hides behind it. She learned that with somebody. Okay, no. Okay, or she waves her head around, which she's much better about, right? But we never ever want to go there again. Inside leg. And soften your inside rein when she looks in, okay, Ren? Make sure there's no tightness on it. Make her seek that release from the inside rein and maybe a little more connection with the outside rein. That's your outside shoulder, right? So you keep her balanced through your turns. When you start helping her balance through her turns, she's going to really seek that aid, okay? She's gonna want help. They're called aids for a reason, because they're supposed to help your horse do things better. Unfortunately, a lot of us hinder things with our aids by being too hard in the tack, too busy with our legs and hands. Push, rise. Yeah, good for you. And go all the way around the ring. But you'll see on the video, you're doing this a little, okay? Slack outside rein, tight inside rein. Straight hands. If you have to, remember that open rein with our palm up, right? And when you have your palm up, your whip will be across your thigh, hint, hint. Your whip is not across your thigh. It's waving around in her eyeball. Turn your shoulders, slow your posting, slow. Talk to her, easy love. Cindy was teaching a lesson and they laughed at me because I whistled at her, right? Keep her moving forward. That's it. But whistling's kind of a soothing sound that does get their attentions. Good for you, very nice. And come up the quarter line. Yep. Do you remember what a quarter line is? Almost.
Quarter of the ring.
Quarter of the ring. So it's between, instead of a center line, it's between A and C and the rail. Okay, so yeah, it's a straight line. It's a long side. The quarter line. That's okay. Just keep going. That's fine. There's lots of quarter lines. Yeah, good. Get her off your inside leg though. Make your circle useful. Good. Yeah, very good. Did you feel that? Yeah, but see how she's crossing her head like that? Because she's not accepting the bit, okay? Because she likes to get short. There. Now straight, look up at that end. Find a post or a spot and ride to it. That's it. And we're going to walk at A. Come up the next quarter line. And after this circle, Ren, you're going to come up the quarter line over the center of the pole. Now my pole might not quite be on the center line, so obviously the center of the pole is our main priority, right? Always. Eyes up. And posting, so I'm looking for no change. Relax, guys. Super. It doesn't seem like much, right? But it's the ability she's developing to just stay the same, because it's a pole on the ground, right? Now yesterday first trot poles were kind of a bit offish and then they were great. The canter pole was a complete catastrophe afterwards. So, and then she got it though. She always gets it. Look and keep coming over unless I tell you otherwise, Ren. So turn towards P after the pole, okay? So go straight over your pole, finish your line, and then go to P and track left again. Good, and when you get to B, change reins across the ring to H. Look where you're going, post your line. Keep your rhythm. So don't ride to the far end of the ring, ride your corners, inside leg, posting. Get her to soften to that inside rein. She can't just reject your hands like that. That's very rude. And it's not good for her, right? It creates tension, it makes her crooked, it makes her quick. So maybe turn it just past P there, Ren. Yeah, and turn and come up your line. Good. You could have maybe even made your line a bit shorter, okay? So we're not trotting the whole ring just to get back at one pole. Rise, look up, look up. So that hesitation, you have to erase that in your body in order to erase it in hers. So eyes up and just post, okay? Nothing's changing. And even if you feel resistance in her body, you keep working at it, okay? Whip up, look up, yeah. There, that's a nice balanced turn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Oh, you looked at it. You didn't? I looked at it. So slow her down, but keep the length of her stride. Get her to give to your inside rein, post, half halt, balance her. There, now come up. Post, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. There, okay. Not super comfortable for a post. Post your line, half halt, and post. Super, okay, and walk. More weight in your saddle, Ren, and less pressure on your knees and legs. Sit down, hands down. Ride the canter, ride the jump of the canter. Help her, yeah, and back to trot. Back to trot, slow it, half halt, strong. Shorten her stride and then trot. Good for you, wow. And it doesn't matter, she kept her right lead the whole time and you got her to trot again without, slow your posting. Regulate with half halts. Pressure release, pressure until something happens. There we go, and then release. Half halt. Yeah, not that much halt in your half halt, okay? That's like full halt. There, post. Relax, you guys, praise her, yay! Good girl. No, don't pat with your outside hand, for goodness sakes. Get the pressure off the inside rein. Stroking the inside of the neck is actually scientifically proven to relax it, okay? Post slower, half halt. Yeah, that's okay, Ren. Open your palm a bit. Yeah, so hand up. Why is she panicking, do you think? What do you think of that line? Do you think Stephanie's worried you might hit the pole? Yes, I'm worried. Okay, ride this line. Look, Ren. Look at the letter V, not the pole. Slow your posting, hands lower. There, good for you. Do you feel how she just gives? Okay, now walk. Okay, and trot. Good, eyes up and halt, so use your whoa. Nice, give her a big pat for that. And trot on from your halt. Eyes up. Good for you. And staying at this end. Hands down. Use your outside rein, Ren. Stop cranking her head in. Yeah. And use this half of the ring, Ren. Go. Use your, go to C. Slow your posting. Slow your posting. Half halt and walk. So sit. Sit up. Yeah, good for you. Your transitions are really getting super. And trot on. And canter. Sit your transition. Hands down. Half halt, release. Turn your shoulders. Turn your shoulders, Ren. No, left shoulder back. Don't jam your left rein. Turn your body, Ren. No, you're doing this. Turn your body. Use your outside leg like you did on that little circle when you were trying not to hit me. Regulate that. That's fine. That's forward. You're posting on the wrong diagonal. She's bulging on your inside leg. You're pulling on her mouth. Half halt. There. Good. Give her a pat. Give her a pat. Good girl. You guys, you get into a state of complete panic and it's scary to watch, okay? Just, everybody take a deep breath. She's a good girl, okay? And she's just what's happening. Her adrenaline levels are getting all up here because of what she's anticipating. Good girl. And when you're ready, yeah, you don't have to push her. Just allow her to go forward in the canter. There. Hands down. Sit back. Don't go in 2-point. Full seat. Full seat. Hands low. And trot. Tight circle. Turn your shoulders. Sitting trot. Circle. Now, Ren, don't wait till she's completely flying down the long side. Circle, 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 circle. Sitting trot. Circle, circle, circle. Smaller. Outside leg. Turn your body more. Turn, 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 turn. Now canter. And go large. Canter, just release. Don't throw her into a frenzy, for goodness sakes. And back to trot. Immediately sit and trot and circle at M. M, circle, turn, 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 turn. Off her inside leg. Stop jamming her with your left rein and push her with your left leg. You'll see that transition coming at the camera with her butt completely to one side, okay? Keep, oh wait, no, keep the rail and go large. Pick up canter, not now. Not anywhere near the jump. Very nice, huh? Did you feel her reach over her back there? At M, let's try to canter, okay? Ready? And canter. Oh, good. Girl fixing her lead. Plan your line. Hands lower, Ren. Ride that canter. Don't go into 2-point. Open your chest more. Sit back more weight in your stirrups. Yeah. Slow, half halt. Crunch your tummy just like you used to. Good, and back to trot, Ren, because you're freaking me out. Yeah, but you'll see on the video rip goes the inside ring, okay? If you want to jam something, jam it down into your tack, okay? And jam your elbows into your rib cage if you like. Do not pull back. And pick up your trot and come over the pole. Eyes up, don't throw your whip at her eyeball as you do your transition. Hands down and back to walk. Hands down, elbows, 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 and leg. Good, there. Because you wanted to do this a little bit, and when you did this, what happened? She did her transition, right? Because she couldn't argue with that. It made too much sense. When you make too much sense, they can't argue with you. If you're helping them, they really, after a while, they're going to say, oh yeah, you make sense. You are helping me, okay? So when we don't make sense, like we use pressure and then, well, more pressure. And oh, how about a little jam on your rein while you're at it, right? Like then they're like, you guys don't make sense. Turn and do a half volt, change direction. And you're going to come just to the outside of this fence, Ren, and then up over the pole and trot. Okay, you're going to pick up your trot somewhere between B and R, and you're going to turn around R. Okay, so you're looking towards S right now, but you know that your pole is there. You can even turn your head and look at it, but with a mare that anticipates, you don't want to look too much, right? Good for you. Eyes up. Good for you. Half halt. Super. Half halt. And back to walk. She's not stupid. We cantered last time, right? Good for you, but she's more comfortable this way, so she's not going to anticipate it and get her back up like she does to the right, which is why we're finishing on this exercise, okay? And pick up trot and come over your pole again. Eyes up, hands still. Post. Eyes up. Super, and canter as you turn, hands down. Nice, really nice transition. A little tight through her back, but honestly, at least she's trying. Sit up and back to trot. So half halt, hands down, Ren, elbows in, inside leg, push her off your inside leg in your transition, in your half halt. Anytime you're riding a line, which is always, right? If you're going somewhere, there's a line. Yeah, but you're anticipating. Soften your hands and get your left leg on. Don't let her bulge in like that. Good, but you're jumping the outside of the standard, which is never a good idea. Get your correct diagonal. Do a circle right now. Tight circle. Sitting trot if you have to. Get her under control and then deal with your fence. Okay, now come over it. Come at sitting trot for a few minutes. I don't care. Stay in sitting if you have to. Now, softly. Good. Better. It doesn't matter how you get there. What matters is that you get there properly, right? This is low enough, you could actually sit it, right? Good. And back to walk. So as you jump, we're having the same problem we've had all along, which she bulges, right? Which will turn into a problem if you actually have something to go to right after. Because you'll see it, she's like, okay. You can feel it, but your dad videotapes everything, so. Okay, just change reins. Come over the cross rail. Look at the far side of the jump. And look a bit towards S as you come over the fence. Good. Well, it wasn't me. Okay, do your little circle one more time and turn your body, both your bodies, so that they're steering to the right and not stargazing off to the left. Good, nice circle. Now I think we'll get it. Keep her like that over the jump. The jump is like, I don't know, 10 inches high, right? We can do this. Turn. Keep her off your inside leg. Well, that's okay. Keep her off your inside leg. Now ask her to canter. Off your inside leg. Good. And back to trot. Outside leg, turn. Don't crank your inside rein, oh my goodness gracious. Because then you're just throwing her hip at the gray horse there, right? Sit up. Release your hands, release your hands, release your hands. You're so tight, and can you feel that? That's why I said that before you started riding, because she did a stopwatch. She tried that on me, right? And she's like, come on, just pull on those reins and make me do something. She was pinning her ears. It was just gross, right? So I said, and that's why I said she was getting really sticky and nasty about it. And yes, it was a little bit of a herd issue because there were other riders in the ring, right? But she can't be allowed to do that. And when she does, right, like if a horse ever rears, God forbid, lean forward, release, release, okay? You never want your energy going backwards. Even when you back up, you're creating forward energy and then you're just closing the door so they nicely, calmly back away with it without tensing their back and hollowing and getting all inverted in their neck, right? Getting all arched at their pole there. See, now you're getting her to relax. And why is she doing that? She's tired. It's hard for her to the right. You just made her canter right lead, so, you know, oh my goodness, she might actually have to land on her right lead. And then, oh, look over there, Dad. There's some horses to go hang out with. Don't let her roll. I thought she might, yeah, she lowered her head at one point and I thought she was thinking about rolling yesterday. I thought, watch that with her.
I usually let her head go down.
Yeah, no, that's good. And then I got off her and she's like, I'm gonna paw and roll now. And I'm like, no, you're not. Okay, pick up your reins and you're gonna come over it one more time. And when she figures out how to deal with that emotionally, right, then you can deal with anything really. You've both got the ability to go bigger. It's just, it's not gonna be pretty and it's not gonna be, maybe even if there's more than one jump, very safe, right? Because things get too fast. You want a nice line, a nice course. You don't want to just get from one fence to the other. You want to get there, you know, so that it looks, it's got a nice picture going on. And then it feels nicer, right? Then it's fun, like it's so fun, right? Don't get me wrong, I like jumping. I just don't like memorizing courses at the last second, going in front of a ton of people. That I don't like. Okay, pick up your trot. And just stay relaxed about it. Look at your fence, but don't make a big deal out of it. Yeah, go right to it. You could technically walk that. Get her off your right leg. Yeah, get her off your right leg. Good. That's okay. And do a little circle. Hands down, hands down, hands down. Get her off your right leg. Try to give her a little more inside rein or soften your inside hand. Soften your inside hand a little. Soften your inside hand and push her out with your inside seat bone and leg. And come over the jump. Straighten her out a little. Your reins are uneven, Ren. Okay, don't go to the jump. Go around it or go in front of it or something, but not over it. Make up your mind. Don't forget, I don't really care where you're going. I just want you to have a good plan, okay? Anywhere near the fence is not a good plan. Inside leg. Post slower, half halt. Get her off your right leg, Ren. Good, okay, okay, that's okay. Hands down, slow your posting. Let's try to soften that inside rein. Soften, post slower, yeah. And sitting trot. Get some weight in your outside stirrup. Release that inside rein so she's not going so crooked. Let her straighten out her outside shoulder. There, and walk. There, release the inside rein. When you released that inside rein, she actually bent in more, didn't she? And again, I mean, I know I'm like a broken record, but she really has a hate on for pressure on her mouth, okay? And she's actually quite able to bend inwards, right? But then you have to ride it super correctly, which is I give pressure, you release your head, I release my rein, right? And it's that moment you don't release when she releases that she starts getting fast, she starts getting owly, hollow, right? You can feel it in her back. All that tension is coming from that inside rein. But that's better. I mean, we didn't do anything super exciting, but what I would have liked to see was that right lead landing, okay? But I think you could really feel And you'll see it on the video that as she approaches, goes over and lands off the fence, she's bulging in. Right? And you get her in the walk, Ren. You get her in the trot when everything's going well. But because she gets a little excited at the fence, you kind of shut down too. Both of you kind of shut down a little, right? Because you should be able to canter a nice circle. We should be able to do a nice canter circle over a cross rail, over and over, and just, do canter boop. That would be a great thing to be able to do right now. So that's your short-term, very short-term goal. And I don't think it's unrealistic at all. Do you? Okay, that's your goal. Because it shouldn't be up to luck if she picks up the correct lead or not on the landing, right? And I mean, in order to get to a flying lead change, yeah, we have to get her good at both leads, right? Otherwise, you're introducing another challenge when she hasn't even really met the first challenge, which is to canter both leads every time. You're turning right, for goodness sakes. And she did give it to me yesterday a lot. Like, at the beginning, she tried to say, no, I can't, right? And she got really mad about it. So what I began working on, once I got that canter right lead from the trot, which was pretty much immediate, as I did canter from the walk. Well, she didn't like that much, okay? So then she tried to shut down and I said no. So by me training her to canter right lead from the walk, should make your life easier to get her to canter right lead from the trot, right? And you actually did really well for that until we put the jump there. It's just, I want what you're doing here to be the same there, right? Like last lesson when I had those poles in the serpentine, right? I want to know you're never going to hit the box, okay? That's what I want. So yes, a cantering a nice circle. Sorry, I'm hitting the mic. Cantering a nice circle with a nice cadenced canter, rhythm, relaxation, all those things with a jump in the middle. Maybe even 2. I mean, I've had the kids jump 4 fences on a circle. Okay, but obviously I'm not confident enough to do that right now. I'm sure you'd give it a go because you're a really game kid, right? But I don't think my nerves could handle it. Okay? So that's our short-term goal. How are you going to get there? By keeping her straight in all of your transitions. And again, you're going to see it in the video. You go down, every excuse she gets to get crooked, she does. And when you are on top of it, you fix it, right? And by the end of the lesson today, you had it most of the time, okay? And that's why if we hadn't worked on that at the beginning of the lesson, the canter leads would have been much harder, right? But then we put the jump, right? And then that kind of, I want all of that stuff we did at the beginning of the lesson to not disappear when this thing comes out, okay?